So I think it's great that Analia Mejia beat Tom Malinowski in New Jersey for Congress. But I do wonder if AIPAC was just sending a warning. They dumped $2.3 million against Malinowski, who would not call Gaza a genocide, but was critical of Netanyahu and did talk about potentially conditioning aid. They dropped 2.3 against him so that he would lose because of that. Again, this is a guy who did not call Gaza a genocide and was not out there, was not pushing that hard against it, but did make initial rumblings that maybe aid should be conditioned. So they spent 2.3, which opened the door for Analia Mejia, very progressive, very anti-Israel, has called Gaza a genocide, for her to win, right? But I wonder if AIPAC maybe knew that was a possibility, but this was a message to the rest of the candidates. And this is where you find out if your congressman or congresswoman, your senator, has some sack, right? So if you know that AIPAC just spent $2.3 million to get a guy ousted who said maybe he would condition aid because of Netanyahu, do you stand up and follow that path? Do you have the sack to represent your constituents who overwhelmingly want us to get away from AIPAC and want us to call Gaza what it is, which is a genocide? Do you push against AIPAC and go with your constituents, knowing that that's probably going to open the door for multiple millions of dollars to be spent against you and opening the door for an opponent? So where do you stand, right? And so I do think it's possible that AIPAC knew this and they could have opened the door for Mejia, but they wanted to send a message to all the other candidates going into November. And where are you going to stand? Are you going to stand with the people who voted for you, or are you going to stand with people who have money and would use it against you if you don't toe their line? Not your voters' line, but their line, and you don't call it like it is in Gaza. And so I think that's something that people should consider. I think that's one of those ripples, right? Like, things aren't done for no reason. Were they maybe hoping that Mejia didn't get elected? Sure, I'm sure, right? Because she's going to be very progressive. She's going to be very pro-human, which the current administration in Israel does not like. But I think it may have been a message. I think it may have been a warning shot to other congressmen and women. Be careful what you say when it comes to Israel, and in no way do you start to push back on us. And so again, this is where we find out if they've got the constitutional capacity to push back and to push for their voters, to represent their voters who pay them, versus these organizations like AIPAC, who are going to tell them what to say and what not to say, or will spend big money against them. So just thought